YouTube, my name is The Legend of DS and welcome back to Can They Be DLC? Season 2 begins now. Technically speaking it doesn't. It kinda technically speaking begins next week when we actually go over a character. But still, this is the first episode of Season 2 where it's going after E3. We just had two characters announced, and let's see how everything's changed since, well, before E3. So how everything is now. So this episode obviously is Season 2's first episode. Everyone is revisited, ... again. But still, let's look back over the 19 characters that we had beforehand. Well, not 19 characters, 19 episodes we had beforehand, and look how things have changed since E3. And I'm gonna be honest, before we go through, I'm gonna say now because some characters I'm gonna touch on this upon. Now that we have three characters now that we know the three of the 5 DLC characters, things are now changing a bit. I think right now that the two characters we have left are very much going to be like the two characters we just had. As in, well, it's going to be one to appeal to Japan, one to appeal to the West. Like Hero was to appeal to Japan and Banjo-Kazooie appealing to the West. Now sure, Banjo-Kazooie is also big in Japan, and Dragon Quest is also fairly big. It's not huge in the West, but it's kind of a big franchise, although some of the hate the character got is stupid, and actually leads into a video that I'll be making this week before the actual episode, the first episode of Season 2. But anyway, let's start off with the first episode, which was Goku. Can Goku be in Smash? The chances are still the same, 0%. Sakurai has already talked about it. He is not going to be in Smash. So it's a done deal. And you can say, oh, we cannot be saying that in an era where Banjo-Kazooie is in, and Ridley's in, and King K. Rool is in. Well, 2 of those characters are Nintendo characters, so fuck it. Any Nintendo character could make it in as a playable character should Sakurai and Nintendo want it. And Banjo-Kazooie is still a video game character. I don't know what the point is. And let's be completely honest, like Grant Kirkhope said, they're finally home, baby. They're finally home. But anyway, next, Travis touchdown. I'd still put it at 10% like I did in the previous video. Mostly because, let's be completely honest, there's a chance No More Heroes 3 is coming. But I feel like Travis, alongside other characters in this list, feels very base roster, not main, not DLC. It feels base. You know, it's one of those things where you announce like you announce Ultimate 2, let's put it that way, the next Smash Brothers, and he's one of the characters there. You know, he's not a character that, because of how niche he is. You know, then again, I was gonna say, then again, you could say the same thing for Hero, but it was my Western mind playing the tricks on me because Japan is gonna fucking love that character. And Dragon Quest itself is gonna benefit a lot from it. But still, 10%. Maybe if there's a Season 2, or maybe like Nintendo decides to now just do characters a la carte and just release them whenever they want, I would love that, because like I think like if Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, if the next system, if the Switch 2, let's put it that way, comes out in 2023, then we're not going to be getting a Smash Bros. Until 2024. So after February 2020, it's going to be 4.5 years before the next Smash Bros. And if, let's be honest, if the DLC sells, if the Fire Pass, the game has sold, let's say right now 14 million, okay? And the DLC sells to 10 million. As of now, it's 10 million sold in the DLC to 10 million people. That's only like that only 4% of people did not, not 4%, 4 million people did not buy it. So I can almost guarantee you that was going to be a Season 2 because Nintendo's going to want to do it. But in the case of, if there isn't a Season 2, it's going to be 4.5 years. And assuming Sakurai takes a break, and assuming that Sakurai doesn't make a second game, which I would love for Sakurai to work on a different game, and assuming that somebody else can take the reins, if I was the one in charge of this, I would get Sakurai to develop the game with somebody from Nintendo always there to take the reins from him, because let's be honest, like because of his health, so it's time for him to start taking steps back, and he's not doing the balancing and stuff, so there's that. I would also would like to see, like if Ultimate ends development now, like if the DLC ends development now, like maybe we can have the next 4 years could be on building the next Smash game. Then we could truly get some crazy shit in Smash, and we already have some crazy shit in Smash with every game being basically a 2-year development cycle. But anyway, moving on, I spent way too much time on that point. If there is a second season, or if characters just there's like a second season but also with characters being created outside of it, then I could see Travis Touchdown being a part of it. Then Minecraft Steve 0, it's a done thing. Even before, even after the last video, I've noticed like people that work for Minecraft, for Mojang, have said that he should not be in the consideration. They don't. He's an empty shell. And one thing that Sakurai said, is that characters need to emote when it comes to Smash, especially third parties. And I can see Minecraft. I don't see Minecraft Steve animating too well. You know, he's not. Minecraft basically doesn't have animations. You know, so I don't think they could do a lot of things. My prediction right now for Minecraft Steven is that he's gonna be a me costume, and he should be. I could see Minecraft Steve getting 3 costumes. Yeah, 3 costumes. With the gunner basic. Could it work? I guess it could work. The gunner with a bow and arrow, maybe. I don't know. A brawler would make sense. You know, it's just Minecraft Steve without the sword. But yeah, then episode 4 was Sora and Herdrick. Well, technically speaking, both are not in. Now, Sora is not gonna be in, I think. 0 chance. We have the Square Enix rep for DLC. I've already heard some people say it doesn't mean like Capcom has 3 characters and Sega has 8. We're talking about DLC. If there's one company, I'm gonna tell you right now, if there's one company that's gonna be getting 2 characters as DLC, it might be Microsoft, and even them is already pushing it. There's not going to be a company that's going to get 2 DLC characters. It didn't happen in Smash 4 outside of Nintendo, and it's not happening in Ultimate. I just don't see it happening when you can introduce somebody else or something else to the game. Sora is 0. Herdrick is not the main guy from Dragon Quest, but I have a feeling, and I think a lot of people have seen this already or are feeling this too, is that Nintendo and Square decided on the Luminary being the default avatar, because you see the trailer. If you see the trailer, you see like Herdrick is the one that's like in the back, like he's the hero, that the final character to be revealed as a costume, like the big important guy, and then he's the one that reveals the final Smash. Feels very much like the right thing to do of like choosing him, but then Nintendo saying like, okay, let's put this guy at default. One thing I've also seen on the internet is some people complaining, where obviously Reset Era, about the lack of the female alts for this game or for this character, and I'm gonna say this: don't try to bring lack of female representation in Smash. That's a stupid thing. I will always defend it, and I don't think we should base the character or judge the character based on who they are, but based on what they do. And I think that's a problem that a lot of people still have nowadays, is accepting that gender, race, and a lot of things, when it comes to gaming specifically, when it comes to Smash Brothers, it shouldn't matter. It should be what the character can do, and that's also a topic for a video I'll be making very soon, not relating to gender and race and all that stuff, because that's a topic I'm not gonna touch. I'm gonna be away from a 10-foot pole, because you know both sides of the conversation can't deal with the other, and it's just a chaotic mess at the end of the day. But also, what I was gonna say regarding this has nothing to do with the lack of female representation or women or Sakurai or Nintendo or Square looking down on the female characters. It's simple that the characters don't mix too well. For example, I've seen the female Herdrick design, and it's the same thing with, I know how to pronounce it, the main character, the original character in in Fire Emblem. While Corrin and Robin, both male and female, were designed similarly, the main character in Fire Emblem, the character design is too different, and the same thing happens with Herdrick and female Herdrick. And I'll put the picture up right here. I haven't seen the others, but like this one clearly stands out. Like Herdrick is bigger, he's more muscly, he's taller, and she's more leaner, shorter, and it's like it's not the same body type, and that already becomes a little bit like at the point of like you jack her up and tall her up and make her bigger, then it doesn't fit the character and the character looks weird. That's just my thing. So yeah, Herdrick in the game, 100% in the game, although he's not the main default character, he's still in the game. Then Scorpion, I still put it at 10%. I actually right now raised it a little bit to 25%. Again, because of that thing of like a character for the West and a character for Japan. But that doesn't really affect the Nintendo characters. But still, after that, well, I'm gonna say the 3 ones that are basically all in a row, and I'll keep the same rating. Pokemon character, Rex or Elma, and the Fire Emblem character, I still put them all at 50%. Especially the Fire Emblem one could raise to 75 if it's Edelgard, because I think like Sakurai now is stepping more into certain franchises like Fire Emblem and like maybe Pokemon and Mario into the characters that are just popular, not just the main character, the main antagonist, just characters that are popular. Smash has very much of a problem of just being the mascots and the protagonists and villains and main characters that are very popular get shafted all the time. I do believe that the first character for a franchise should be the avatar, or not the avatar, the mascot, but still. All these keep on the 50%. A Zelda character, still put it into a 25%. And again, unless there's a second season, and even the second season, I don't see it happening with Breath of the Wild 2. I think Breath of the Wild 2 is gonna be Nintendo's big game for next year, like the holiday title, unless they shock plot twist and make the game like available in June, July, which I doubt they will. And yeah, I don't think, and with the policy of Sakurai now of not putting characters in, there are not already if the game has not come out by the time of Smash Brothers being out or the time of development, then he's not doing it because of Roy, the differences between Roy's personality in Smash and Roy's personality in Fire Emblem, being that Smash Bros has its own. Technically speaking, the only canonically speaking character in Smash and its own games to have a different personality is Roy, to be 2 different versions. So I don't think it's going to happen to a character of a game that's out, unless the game is out before. Sure, the game is out afterwards, very, very unlikely. The only characters that could do it is Pokemon, because every Pokemon has a different personality. Then Banjo and Kazooie and Master Chief. Banjo, 100% in. We did it, boys. We fucking did it. We didn't get the blocky bastard. We deserve this. This was great. I've seen one post on 4chan. I saw it. I don't go to 4chan, but I saw this post, which was hilarious. And I can see posts like that and not think it's from 4chan. It could be somebody trolling based on the language, but at the same time, it's very believable because it's the internet. And still, it was a guy calling like the boomers won and all that shit. Just gonna point this out, anyone that was born, that millennial is a person that was born from, I believe, from 1981 to 2000, or from 1980 to 99. So yeah, millennials is not what people think. Millennials are not the kids that were born, they're not like 12-year-olds, or guys like me, 25-year-olds and 26-year-olds. And millennials are basically people in their mid-20s, early 30s, and late 30s. Think about that. It's not the kids that people like to complain about. But like calling bloomers, it was funny. It was funny. I kind of hope it's real because it's funny, but at the same time depressing. But I think it's fake just because of the language used. And then Master Chief, like I said before, I feel like maybe if there's a chance, and right now conspiracy tinfoil hat theory is that either at Gamescom or in September, I think that September Nintendo Direct is also going to be pretty big. And one of the things that could be there is the Microsoft announcements, and maybe we could see Master Chief. I had it at 5% before, and I'm going to keep it at 5%. It's likely, it's more likely than Steve, but I still don't see it happening. So yeah, okay. What? Sorry, something. Okay, now something was showing up on my thing and I was a little bit confused at what it was. Then Wonder Reds, I put it at 15%. I keep on the 15%. Just because I really want to see it. It's my most wanted character right now, mostly because, you know, it's also a character that I almost am 100% sure it's not happening. So yeah. Then we had Crash and Spyro, both Crash at 25%, Spyro at 5%. Crash or Spyro is coming to the Switch, but I still don't think their chances changed too much. Then the an indie character, 5 to 15%, same thing. Like a character like Sans, it's characters that I doubt will be making it in, but I could see it happening and it would be well deserved. And unless Spirits do deconfirm something, which I don't believe they do, I guess the only character truly, the frontrunner would be, or is, Shantae. Then for stages, costumes, echoes and character variants, still the same thing, 25% of everything outside of character variants and echoes. I think 25% for costumes and stages. I would love to see characters getting more costumes, more stages outside of the ones that we have. Character variation I don't think we're going to be getting until the base, it's a base game thing. And echoes, I'm still 50-50 on the fact that we might be getting a echoes pack. Then Rayman, 20%. Funnily enough, the guy in my comment section that said that no character, no Western characters. Sakurai will not work with Western characters. He just focuses on Japan. And Banjo-Kazooie was in. I should write a comment to him saying like, hey, how's it going? Just wanted to tell you, how's Banjo? How's not, if you still believe that Sakurai will not work with third-party characters or with Western characters. And what's next? Then King Boo, 30%. I still keep on the idea it's 30%. Just because Banjo-Kazooie, Woogie's Mansion is coming out this year. Maybe, maybe not. That's why it's under 50% with a third, not even a 3% chance of happening. Then at 17, Resident Evil. And this is where it's getting weird. Like, Mike, again, huge conspiracy tinfoil hat theory is that, in September we're going to be getting the announcement of a Monster Hunter game coming to Switch. And this conspiracy theory, this theory is just based on how fucking long Nintendo gave to the Resident Evil 5 and 6 announcements during E3. They didn't mention Resident Evil 4, which is a fan favorite and critically acclaimed game. They didn't mention Devil May Cry coming to the Switch. These things happened in the past. They didn't mention it. Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate also got no representation in basically anything. I think it was just a part of the shizzle reel at E3 2017, and all of a sudden they give this like huge amount of time for third party for Resident Evil 5 and 6 coming to the Switch. It's weird. If nothing comes of it, it's still weird. It's even weirder. I'm just saying it's weird, it's weird, it's weird. But Resident Evil still 10% chances at best because Monster Hunter is a Capcom franchise. If any other company owned Resident Evil, I would put it at 50%. Like it's another franchise of like, why hasn't there been representation in Smash? But I guess right now I would still put it at 10% just because Monster Hunter is owned by Capcom. Then, and Monster Hunter also has a huge history with Nintendo. Then Heihachi, I still put it at 25 because it's, I don't know, it's a weird one. It could happen, it should have happened already too. It probably would have happened in any other Smash game, but because everyone was here and the game was done in 2 years, it didn't happen. Right now, I don't know, maybe, kinda, hopefully, we have to wait and see. And then finally, the last episode of season 1 was Dragonborn and Doomslayer. I put both at 50-50 and I still keep them both at 50-50 because again, my mentality right now is that the final characters is going to be one for the West and one for Japan, so this could be the Western character. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been The Legend of Yes. Thank you for tuning in to the beginning of season 2. Everyone is revisited. Again, this is not going to be this is technically the beginning of season 2. The first episode of the season 2, the first true character I'll be discussing in season 2 comes out next Sunday. We're going to go back to the Sunday rotation. Hopefully, if I get ideas, I'm kind of still blanking on characters that could be in, but anyway, before next season or the true beginning of the season 2 begins, we're going to be getting I'll be doing 2 more videos for Smash. One is predicting what's going to come out with the Banjo-Kazooie and Dragon Quest Heroes updates, with the spirits and game modes and possibilities of other stuff. And the other one is oh, a video that I want to make because I want to address one of my least favorite arguments when it comes to a character in Super Smash Brothers. It happened a lot during the Dragon Quest Hero announcement, and I'll talk about it when that video comes out. And that should, like, those two videos should be coming out in this week. But anyway, the first episode for next season, or for this season, the first episode of this season, technically speaking, the first character for this season, is basically the most requested character I got. I got in the older videos and I got in this, in the last one. And it's a character that, technically speaking, has been in every single Candy B DLC, but has yet to be mentioned. So, ladies and gentlemen, next week, while this character will be the main focus, I'll be also talking broader into the entire franchise. When we talk about, well, Agumon. Oh, well, that side. Wait, that side? No, I did it correctly. There, wait, there. I pointed at it, but the way I'm pointing it doesn't see, yeah, okay, yeah, Agumon. Yeah, wait, where? I'm confused myself. There, Agumon. And we'll obviously cover the entirety of the Digimon franchise, although I think there's one more Digimon outside of Agumon that really could be in. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've been the Legend of DS. See you guys next time.